If you grew up South Asian, you probably already know about Nazar or EvilEye. It's why your mom wouldn't let you tell people about your new job until you actually signed the contract, why your auntie spit 3 times after complimenting you, and why every Desi wedding has a relative dramatically waving money or burning chillies around the bride's head. I actually did a small social media poll on this topic, and most people said that they 100% believe in the idea of Nazar. But have you ever stopped to ask why? Where does this belief actually come from? Is it religious? Is it cultural? Or is it scientific? And most importantly, is Nazar real? Today we're diving deep into the history, religion, and science behind the idea of Nazar or EvilEye. Because whether you believe it or not, you probably still protect yourself from Nazar, just in case. Let's dive into it. Hello everyone, my name is Marina. I am an immigrant and a cultural researcher and a professional overthinker about all things South Asian. If you're new to this channel, welcome to this community. Here I delve into all the weird, wonderful, messy, fascinating aspects of South Asian life, and hopefully also get to hear from you about your experiences as well. Alright, so believe it or not, Nazar isn't just a Desi or South Asian concept. The idea of an evil eye, a harmful glare that brings misfortune, goes back over 5,000 years to Mesopotamia, the first known civilization. Ancient tablets mention the dangers of an envious gaze. The Greeks and Romans believed eyes could emit dangerous energy. That's why you'll find evil eye protection symbols in Greece, in Turkey, all around the Middle East, and even in parts of Europe. Trade, conquest, and migration later spread the concept around various different cultures around the world. The concept of Nazar is actually important in many religious beliefs and practices within South Asia. Muslims, for example, say mashallah to neutralize Nazar, and that's why you'd often see #mashallah on social media posts or on baby pictures that are often blurred or hidden with emojis to ward off any digitally savvy Nazar coming your way. But on a serious note, there are specific prayers and chants recited to protect people from Nazar. Similarly, in Hinduism, the concept of drishti or buri nazar, the evil gaze, is often remedied doing arti, waving a flame in front of a person and then discarding it outside to symbolically burn away the bad energy, and using nimbu mirchi, which is lemon and chilies, which is one of the most iconic symbols of Nazar protection in Indian culture. You've probably seen it hanging at the entrance of homes or businesses, or even in front of rickshaws. I definitely remember my mother randomly showing up, tasbih in hand, like a one-woman SWAT team, chanting prayers and blowing Nazar protections all over everything, and I mean everything. It's one of those things where she's like chanting profusely and then doing poo, poo, poo on everything around her. Me, my sisters, the TV remote. Apparently even technology isn't safe from evil eyes. And also let's not forget the special Nazar-protected water she would make us drink. Trademark pending. This wasn't just regular water. Oh no. This was actually fortified with extra prayers, intense side eyes towards imaginary haters, and a touch of guilt tripping in case we resisted. I would usually say, "Mom, this just tastes like regular tap water." And then she'd just be like, "Drink it." And I did, because honestly, arguing with an activated Desi mother armed with a tasbih is a battle you would never win. If she could, she would probably Nazar-proof the Wi-Fi signals just to be extra sure. So how did Nazar become so culturally embedded in South Asia? The belief in Nazar is deeply woven into South Asian culture, not just as a superstition, but as a social survival mechanism. See, long before modern psychology could explain concepts like envy or anxiety or subconscious projection, communities needed a way to make sense of sudden mishaps or illnesses or misfortunes. The idea of the evil eye provided a simple yet powerful explanation. If something goes wrong, someone's envy must be responsible. South Asian communities have historically been deeply communal, where everyone knows everyone's business. Whether you like it or not, success and prosperity were always measured in relation to others. And this constant comparison made envy inevitable. For example, if one family's crops thrived while others failed, resentment would brew. If someone's child got married into a wealthy family, while another one's remained unmarried, whispers of jealousy would follow. If a shopkeeper had more customers than his competitors, it wasn't just good business, it would be suspicious. To manage this tension of constant visibility and comparison, the concept of Nazar acted as a social equalizer, a way to acknowledge and deflect jealousy without questioning anyone's intentions. Nazar protection rituals became a way to maintain balance in society. These customs weren't just about avoiding misfortune. They were also performative acts of humility in a culture that values modesty. And this idea of modesty relates to how Nazar is deeply intertwined with Sharam. South Asian culture has a paradoxical relationship with visibility. Success, beauty, and good fortune are admired, but too much attention can be risky, either by inviting Nazar, which is jealousy or misfortune, or triggering Sharam, which is related to judgment or disgrace. Flaunting your wealth, you risk being seen as boastful, and if that's not enough, Nazar might ensure you lose it. Got a promotion? Stay humble, or Nazar will find a way to remind you of your place. Looking too happy? Someone will either question your intentions or assume it's only a matter of time before things go wrong. In short, being too visible means walking a fine line between admiration and envy, between pride and shame, between success and a silent fear that it might all come crashing down. This results in a culture where modesty, both in success and behavior, is actually a survival strategy. Okay, so I also wanted to explore scientific explanations for Nazar. And look, it seems science may not officially recognize Nazar. Most of its explanation relate to human psychology, coincidence, or paranoia. But I've been really into quantum physics lately, and I think it might have some interesting parallels with the idea of Nazar.
Science.
In quantum physics, the observer effect says that simply watching something can change its behavior. Sound familiar? That's basically Auntie G's intense stare ruining your new car in scientific terms. Then there's energy fields. If quantum mechanics proves everything is connected, who's to say that a jealous glance isn't transmitting bad vibes into your fate? And don't forget quantum entanglement. The reason why your mom just knows that you're up to no good, even from miles away. Look, no scientist is publishing a paper titled Auntie G's Stare and the Quantum Curse Hypothesis. But if quantum physics says that energy observation and intention can't affect reality, then maybe, just maybe, our ancestors were onto something.
Science.
So, is Nazar real? Religiously, it has a backing. Culturally, it's a survival tactic. Scientifically, it's probably stress and coincidence, or maybe a quantum-level threat. But hey, you do you. Go ahead, flaunt your success. Post that vacation picture without #mashallah. Laugh a little too loudly in public. Just don't act too surprised when your Wi-Fi mysteriously cuts out, or your brand new shoes get scuffed, or you spill chai all over your new clothes. Risk it if you dare, but don't say you weren't warned. If you like this deep dive into Nazar, please like this video and share with your family and friends. If you'd like me to delve into similar topics, exploring the weird, hilarious, messy reality of living the South Asian life, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell icon to be notified about new videos. Just make sure you say mashallah, please. Until next time, take care.